Hello friends, today we are going to read the chapter 4 Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. So, do you have a good memory? Has your memory ever played tricks on you? Forgetfulness often puts you in a tight spot, but forgetting a part of your life completely may drive you crazy. In this story, Bipin Babu goes nearly crazy because he cannot recollect his stay at Ranchi. He has never been to Ranchi, he insists, though there are many witnesses to the contrary. So, what is the suspense? So, this is a very humorous story in which the main character is Bipin Babu, and he nearly goes mad because he cannot remember his stay at Ranchi. Okay, so what happens? What is the suspense? Let's read out. Every Monday, on his way back from home, Bipin Chaudhary would drop in at Kalicharan's in New Market to buy books. He used to go there to buy books. He used to buy all types of books, crime stories, ghost stories, and thrillers. Okay. He had to buy at least 5 at a time to last him through the week. For full 1 week, he used to buy all the books for full 1 week. He lived alone. He was not a good mixer. He didn't mix. He was not very social. Had few friends and didn't like spending time in idle chat. So he did not like time idle chat. What do you mean by idle chat? You are wasting your time unnecessary. Okay, unnecessary routine. Unnecessary idle means unnecessary. Chat means talking, conversation. So he didn't like wasting his time for that. Now what happened? Bipin Babu had the feeling that someone was observing. What he felt that somebody was observing him from close quarters. Close quarter means very closely. He turned round and round, found himself looking at a round-faced, meek-looking man who broke into a smile. So there was a man who was very quiet, humble, and he smiled when he saw Bipin Babu. I don't suppose you recognize me. I don't recognize you. Who are you? Have we met before? Asked Bipin Babu. The man looked greatly surprised. We met every day for the whole week. I arranged you to take you to the Hudru Falls. He said, you forgot me. I used to take you, arrange car for you when you went to the Hudru Falls. Okay, then he says, now you can see in the picture, this is the meek man who's standing, and this is Bipin Babu. In 1958 in Ranchi, my name is Parimal Ghosh. So he gives his introduction that he is Parimal Ghosh, Ranchi. Now Bipin Babu realized that it was not he, but this man who was making a mistake. Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. He smiled and said, do you know who I am? So now Bipin Babu understood that he is making mistake. The man raised his eyebrows, bit his tongue and said, do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Chaudhary? Bipin Babu now turned towards the bookshelves and said, still you are making a mistake. One often does. I have never been to Ranchi. The man laughed aloud. What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? You had a fall in Hudru and cut your right knee. I brought you iodine. I fixed up a car for you to go to Nitarhat the next day. But you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. Can't you recall anything? Someone else you know was also in the Ranchi at that time. Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee, you stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and preferred to have meals cooked by a bawarchi. Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. You had a big argument about the book landing, remember? I'll tell you, you always carried a bag with your books in it on your sightseeing trips. Am I right or not? Now Parimal Ghosh has told so many things about Bipin Babu, about his habits and where did he go, with whom did he go, everything with Dinesh Mukherjee. He's telling everything about him. But Bipin Babu is not able to recollect. Bipin Babu spoke gently, quietly, his eyes still on the books. Which month in 58 are you talking about? The man said October. No, sir. I spent puja in 58 with a friend in Kanpur. You make a mistake. Good day. It was okay. You are making mistake. Please, now I'll go. Good day. But the man didn't go. But the man did not go because he was very much sure that this is Bipin Chaudhary only. Nor did he stop talking. Very strange. One evening I had a tea within a veranda of your bungalow. You spoke about your family. You said you had no children, that you had lost your wife 10 years ago. Your only brother had died insane. That is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. So he's telling very personal details also, intimate details of Bipin Babu's family. So first he was telling about his friends, about his habits, but now he's telling something very intimate. Only special people know this. When Bipin Babu had paid for the books and was leaving, the man was still looking at him in utter disbelief. Utter disbelief means completely surprised. He was very much surprised. Now this was the first part. Second part. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Bertram Street in the Lighthouse Cinema. He told the driver as he got into the car, "Just drive by the Ganga, will you, Sitaram?" Driving up the Strand Road, Bipin Babu regretted having paying so much attention to the intruder. Intruder means the person who's forcefully trying to interfere. So he said, I was just wasting my time and thinking about this intruder. I've never been to Ranchi, no question about it. It was inconceivable that he should forget such an incident. It was inconceivable. He could not understand that how he can forget this incident. Only 6 or 7 years ago only it took place. He had an excellent memory. Unless Bipin Babu's head reeled. Head reeled means he was shocked and confused. His head started spinning. Was he losing his mind? But how could that be? He was working daily in his office. It was a big firm and he was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever doing seriously. Only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting, and yet, so he's thinking, was he losing his mind? Was he becoming mad? No, but how can it be? He's working so nicely in the office. He wasn't aware of anything going seriously wrong. So today only he spoke for an hour in the meeting, very important meeting it was. And yet the man knew a great deal about him. But again the question, but the man knew so much about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. Personal. Intimate means personal, private. The bag of books. See what things, note down. Bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity, brother's madness. The only mistake was about having gone to Ranchi. Only one thing what he was saying was not correct was his trip to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. It was not a mistake, purposely he was telling a lie. In 58 during the pujas, he was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bagchi's place. All Bipin Babu had to do was to write to. No, there was no way of writing to Haridas. Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan some weeks ago and he didn't have his address. So he could not confirm that he was in Kanpur by Haridas because Haridas is in Japan now. But where was the need for proof? He himself was fully aware that he had been to Ranchi, and that was that. The river breeze was bracing, and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. Around Hastings, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his knee. So after some time, he thought, I will see the knee. You can see the knee. There was a mark on an old inch cut. You can see. It was impossible to tell when the injury had taken place. Now he doesn't remember when this injury had taken place. Had he never had a fall as a boy and cut his knee? He tried to recall such an incident but couldn't. Now another problem. He couldn't recollect when he got that injury. So now confusion is increasing slowly. Then Bipin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. The man had said that Dinesh was in Ranchi at the same time. The best thing surely would be to ask him. He lived quite near, in Beni Nandan Street. What about going right now? But when? If he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think if Bipin Babu asked for confirmation? He would probably conclude Bipin Babu was going nuts. No, it would be ridiculous to ask him. Now it was very easy to go and ask Dinesh Babu about the trip to Ranchi. But Dinesh would make fun of him. That's why he doesn't want to go to Dinesh's house. So now his head was spinning, and he thought that if he will ask Dinesh, then Dinesh will say that, are you going mad? Going nuts means going mad. So it would be ridiculous. And he knew how ruthless Dinesh's sarcasm could be. And he was very rough in making sarcasm. Sarcasm means comments. Sipping a cold coffee in his air-conditioned living room, Bipin Babu felt at ease again. Now when he came back to his room, he was having a drink in AAC. That time he felt easy, comfortable. Such a nuisance. Just because they have nothing else to do, they go about getting into other people's hair. Getting into other people's hair means interfering with and annoying people. So he said, like Parimal, people like Parimal, they don't have any other work. They go and interfere in life of other people and disturb. So he's getting irritated now. After dinner, snuggling in bed with one of the new thrillers, Bipin Babu forgot all about the man in Newmarket. And at night, he was busy with the novel and he forgot. Next day in office, Bipin Babu noticed that with every passing hour, the previous encounter was occupying more and more of his mind. But the incident he hadn't forgotten, it was taking more place in his mind. Slowly and slowly, the confusion was increasing. If the man knew so much about Bipin Babu, how could he make such a mistake about Ranchi trip? Now, you can think, if somebody tells you that you have been to this place and you don't remember that, he's telling you everything, you don't remember that person also. Think, how will you feel? You will be confused and your mind will always go again on that thing only, that why that happened and why you are not remembering that. Just before lunch, Bipin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee. Now, he thought that he will call Dinesh. It was better to settle the question over the phone. At least the embarrassment on his face wouldn't show. When he will talk with Dinesh on phone, he will not see his face. So at least if he will make fun, if there is a cunning smile on his face, he will avoid that. So he now dialed the number 135616. Bipin Babu dialed the number. Hello, is that Dinesh? This is Bipin here. Very well. What's the news? I just wanted to find out if you recalled an incident which took place in 58. 58? What incident? Were you in Calcutta right through that year? That the first thing I got to know. Wait, just a minute. 58. Just let me check in the diary. For a minute there was a silence. Bipin could feel that his heartbeat had gone up. He was sweating little. Why his heartbeat was going up? Why he was sweating? Because he was nervous that if Dinesh tells him that yes, they have been to Ranchi, then what will happen? Because he has forgotten everything about that Ranchi trip. Hello. Yes, I've got it. I've been out twice. Where? Once in February, nearby to Krishnanagar to a nephew's wedding. And then, but you should know about this trip. The trip to Ranchi, you were there too. That's all. But what all this sleuthing about? Sleuthing means investigating, to know about. No, I just wanted to. Anyway, thanks. Now he confirmed, Dinesh Babu has confirmed that yes, you were there with me in Ranchi. Now, I just wanted to. Anyway, thanks. Bipin Babu slammed the receiver down. Slam means to throw with force. He threw the phone with force and gripped his head with his head. He felt his head swimming. A chill seemed to spread over his body. There were sandwiches in his tiffin box, but he didn't eat them. He had lost his appetite. He lost his hunger. He was not feeling hungry anymore. He was in lots of tension. Now what happened? Third part. After lunchtime, Bipin Babu realized that he couldn't possibly carry on sitting on his desk and working. He felt that he was feeling very uncomfortable due to the tension which was in his mind. So this has never happened. This had never happened in the 25 years he had been in the firm. He had a reputation for being a tireless, conscious worker. Conscious means very careful and correct worker. He used to work very punctually, correctly. But today his head was in a whirl. Head was in a whirl means confused, spinning. Okay. Back home at 2:30. He came home early today. Bipin Babu lay down in bed and tried to gather his wits together. And he tried to gather his wits. All wits means making an effort to become calm and think clearly. He wanted to step by step remember when he had gone to Ranchi. He knew that it was possible to lose one's memory through an injury in the head, but he didn't know of a single instance of someone remembering everything except one particular incident. So you can forget, the full memory can go, but only an episode is very rare. He hadn't heard anything like that. And a fairly recent and significant one, and that too very important and very recent. He had always wanted to go to Ranchi, to have gone there, done things, and not to remember was something utterly impossible. So this was impossible, that how he had gone to Ranchi but he doesn't remember anything. At 7:30, Bipin Babu's servant came and announced, Chunni Babu, sir says it's very important. Now Chunni Babu, another character, he has entered he came to Bipin Babu's house, and now the servant came and told him. Bipin Babu knew that Chunni had come for. He knew why Chunni Babu is coming. Chunni Lal had been at school with him. He had been having a rough time lately and had been coming to see him about a job. So Chunni Lal was coming to Bipin again and again for a job. He wanted help from Bipin. Bipin Babu knew it was impossible to do anything for him, and in fact told him so. But Chunni kept turning like a bad penny. Like a bad penny means coming again and again when you are not welcome. So Bipin Babu did not want to talk to Chunni because he knew why he is coming there. But still, Bipin Babu sent word that not only was it possible for him to see Chunni now, but not in several weeks. So he told the servant, you go and tell him that I cannot see him not only now, but also for several weeks. But as soon as the servant stepped out of the room, it struck Bipin Babu that Chunni might remember something about 58 trip. There was no harm in asking him. Now Chunni thought, okay, I can ask Chunni also. He must be remembering something about 58 trip. So he called him. Hari Babu hurried down the stairs and into the living room. Chunni was about to leave, but seeing Bipin Babu appear, he turned around hopefully. Bipin Babu didn't beat about the bush. Didn't beat about the bush means he came straight to the point. He didn't talk about here and there. He didn't ask him how you are and all this. No formalities. Straight away he asked, listen Chunni, I want to ask you something. You have a good memory and you have been seeing me off and on for a long time. Just throw your mind back and tell me, did I go to Ranchi in 58? So he asked him to confirm whether Chunni said 58, it must have been 58, or was it 59? You are sure that I did go to Ranchi? Chunni look of amazement means surprise, was not mixed with worry. You mean you have doubts about having gone at all? Did I go? Do you remember clearly? Chunni sat on the sofa, fixed Bipin Babu with a long hard stare and said, so he looked Bipin Babu continuously for some time and then he said, have you taken to drugs or something? As far as I know, you had a clean record. Where such things were concerned, I know that old friendship didn't mean much to you, but at least you had a good memory. You can't really mean that you have forgotten about the Ranchi trip. So now he's saying, he was worried about Bipin. He said, okay, you don't worry about your friends, but I, being your friend, I am worried about you. So you had a very good memory. What happened? How have you forgotten the Ranchi trip? Bipin Babu had to turn away from Chunni incredulous stare because Chunni was looking in such an incredulous way. He could not continuously look. So he started looking the other way. Do you remember what my last job was? Asked Chunni Lal. Of course, you worked in a travel agency. You remember that? You don't remember? It was I who fixed up your railway booking. Now see, it was Chunni Lal only who had done the railway booking for Ranchi. So now, how much embarrassed was Bipin? I went to the station to see you off. One of the fan in your compartment was not working. I got an electrician to fix it. Have you forgotten everything? Whatever is the matter with you, you don't look too well, you know. Bipin Babu sighed and shook his head. He also sighed. Now when Dinesh has confirmed, and now again Chunni Lal has also confirmed, and Parimal also telling him, three people are telling him that you have been to Ranchi, they are giving proofs, they are giving so many evidences. Now Bipin Babu thought that really he is sick. Something has happened to his mind. He's turning mad or something. So I've been working so hard. Now he thought that, oh yes, I'm working so hard. That must be the reason. Must be consulting a specialist. Now I have to see a special doctor. Doubtless it was Bipin's condition which made Chunni Lal leave without mentioning anything about the job. Now Chunni Lal, he went away because he saw that Bipin was not feeling well and he was in such a tension. So he left him. Paresh Chandra, now the doctor, Paresh Chandra, was a young physician with a pair of bright eyes and a sharp nose. He became thoughtful when he heard about Bipin Babu's symptoms. Look, Dr. Chanda, said Bipin Babu desperately. Desperately means hopelessly. You must cure me of this horrible illness. I can't tell you how it is affecting my work. Dr. Chandra shook his head. Now Dr. Chandra shook his head. He said, you know, Mr. Chaudhary, he said, I've never had to deal with a case such as yours. Frankly, this is quite outside my field of experience, but I have one suggestion. I don't know it's all if it all works, but it's worth a try. It can do no harm. So he said, in my whole experience, life experience, I haven't seen such a case. So I'll like to suggest you one thing. As far as I can make, said Dr. Chanda, and I think you are the same opinion, you must have been to Ranchi, but due to some unknown reason, the entire episode has slipped out of your mind. What I suggest you to go to Ranchi once again. The sight of the place may remind you of your trip. This is not impossible. More than that, then I cannot do at the moment. I am prescribing a nerve tonic and a tranquilizer. Sleep is essential or the symptoms will get more pronounced. Now doctor told him that you better go to Ranchi and try to remember, recollect all the things, because this is something very strange. I am giving you some tonic and tranquilizer means a medicine which will reduce the stress and you sleep nicely. Otherwise you will become more worse. Bipin Babu felt somewhat better the next morning. After breakfast, he rang up his office, gave some instruction, and then procured a first-class ticket for Ranchi for the same evening. And the same evening, he went to Ranchi. Now, he has gone to Ranchi. Now, what happens in Ranchi? Getting off the train at Ranchi next morning, he realized that once he had never been there before. He came out of the station, took a taxi, and drove around the town for a while. He realized that the street, the building, the hotel, the bazaars, the Morabadi hills, with none of these had he the slightest acquaintance. Acquaintance means he did not knew any of these things. Would a trip to Hudrufall need help? He didn't believe so, but at the same time he hadn't wished to leave with a feeling that he hadn't tried enough. So he arranged for a car and left for Hudru in the afternoon. Now he thought that he should go to each and every place where they are telling I have been to, because I should not leave any chance. So he went to Hudru also. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon in Hudru, two Gujarati gentlemen from a group of picnickers discovered Bipin Babu lying unconscious beside a boulder. When he came around, the first thing Bipin Babu said was, I am finished, there is no hope left. So when he reached Hudru, he could not recognize anything there, he could not recollect anything there, and he thought that he is becoming mad now, and with mental agony and lots of tension, Bipin Babu fainted there, and two picnickers who were there, Gujarati gentlemen, they picked him up and saved his life somehow. Next morning, Bipin Babu was back in Calcutta. Now he came back to Calcutta. He realized there were truly no hope for him. Soon he would lose everything. His will to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. Was he going to end up in asylum? Asylum means a madhouse. So now he was thinking, he was in lots of tension that now he will lose everything, because when he can lose one episode of his life, he can slowly he can lose his whole full memory, and one day he will also become mad like his brother. So he couldn't think anymore. Back home, he rang up Dr. Chanda and asked him to come over. Then after a shower, he got into the bed with an ice clam on his head. Just then the servant brought him a letter which someone had left him in the letter box. Now you can see in the bed he was lying. Then the servant came with a letter. So he took a shower and he put an ice bag on his head because his head was spinning. And then the servant came with a letter, the greenish envelope with the name red ink. Above it said urgent and confidential. So that letter was something very secret and very urgent. In spite of his condition, in spite he was not feeling very well, but still he opened the letter. Bipin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. He tore open the envelope and took out the letter. That is what he read. Now, what was written in the letter? Dear Bipin, I had no idea that affluence would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. Affluence means lots of money, because you have become rich. So now the richness, the power, the everything you have got, so it has brought a lot of change in you. Was it difficult for you to help out an old friend down his luck? Was it very difficult for you to help your friend? Who is that friend? Chunilal. Yes. So this was letter was by Chunilal. So now Chunilal is writing, I have no money, so my resources are limited, but what I have is imagination. He said, but okay, I don't have money, but I have imagination with me, and due to that imagination, I have planned all this Okay, a part of which I used in retribution of your unfeeling behavior. Retribution means as a punishment of your unfeeling, because you were very selfish. You did not took care the help. You did not help me in my time, in my needy time. So now I just planned all this thing. Parimal, Dinesh, and Chunilal, they all were together and they have planned against Bipin to teach him a lesson. So this is the main thing. So it was a retribution for him as a punishment. Well, you will be all right again. A novel I have written is being considered by a publisher. So now all things will be fine because my novel has been approved by a publisher, and in few days it will be published and I'll get money. If he likes it enough, I'll be soon, it will see me through the next few months. Yours, Chunilal. So now you can understand what would have been the condition of Bipin Babu. He understood that he had not forgotten any episode of his life. He had never been to Ranchi, and Parimal, Dinesh and Chunilal, they are all together planning a conspiracy against him. And well, when Dr. Chanda came, Bipin Babu said, I'm fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi. Now when Dr. Chanda came, he said, I am fine now, you don't worry. When I came back to Ranchi, I remembered each and everything. A unique case, said Dr. Chanda. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. He said, I will write about it in medical journal. The reason why I sent for you, said Bipin Babu, is that I have a pain in the hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. If you could prescribe a painkiller, please give me a painkiller. Okay, so this was all about. Now you can see that why his friend has planned all these things against him, because he was very selfish. He did not help Chunilal in the time of need. Chunilal was going bad on his luck. He didn't have money. He was facing problem. So that's why. So Bipin Babu must have been, what do you think Bipin Babu must have done? Bipin Babu must have been angry with his friend or playing a trick. In fact, Bipin was not in position to find, Bipin Babu was not in a position to find him a job. He had already told this to Chunilal. But Chunilal should have played tricks on him. So this was. But one moral teaching which we get from this lesson is that we should always help our friends in need. Okay. I think the chapter is clear to you. Keep watching the channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.